Long Beach Radio, Jeff speaking.
Hey, Jeff, it's Gordy Johnson.
Hey, Gord, how's it going?
Good.
Good. That's good. Thanks for calling us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Shannon said you're driving from Texas as we speak.
We are somewhere lost in Utah right now.
It's not a good place to be lost, I don't think.
Well, we're lost. There's an elusive Denny's somewhere in the distance that we can't. It seems to be eluding us.
You're following some locals' directions?
Coffee. I don't think Mormons drink coffee because the Starbucks is not to be had. It's going to get ugly.
You know you're in no man's land when you can't see a Starbucks.
I think it's going to get ugly.
Cool. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited about the weekend, man. I've been a Big Sugar and a Grady fan for quite some time, so it's going to be a good show to have in town for sure.
I'm excited to come and play. I was so surprised to hear that there's a gig.
Well, that's actually a great venue out here for sure. I know your dad a little bit. I actually went to high school in Medicine Hat, so I've spent a little time at Past Abilities, and he was saying you actually spent a fair amount of time out around the Port Alberni way last time I was in there.
Well, we do tend to get there. My sister lives out in Rainy Bay.
Oh, yeah, so scuba diving or something like that.
Yeah, scuba diving deal. So I get out there, and I have another friend that lives in Port Alberni, and we try to get out there for a little bit of time in the summer, swim in the lake and hang out. So I'm not really a stranger to I was kind of excited to come there and play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a ton of fun out here, man. I'm just doing a full-on, flat-out recording of this whole thing, so we can we can do it however you want. We can ramble, we can not ramble if you're not interested. If you've just got a minute. I guess the toughest thing I've had, and I think Adam's had out here, is explaining to people, Grady, like the sound itself. Like I've heard people call it Death Country and Shredneck. Those are ones I got off the website. The Motorhead backing up John Lee Hooker thing is easy for me to get, but for a lot of other people it's a little tougher. How have you been trying to pitch it lately?
That's all pretty accurate. It's kind of a harder, faster, ZZ Top. I don't know.
Actually, I've been listening to the streaming version of the new album off your site here, and there's a little bit of an homage to ZZ Top there, the truck stop in LaGrange, a little skip into that riff. I thought that was quite cool. Actually, the new album, in general, sounds like a little more of a studio effort than the other two Grady albums. How was that? I know you're working down in Willie Nelson's studio. How'd that happen? How'd Grady happen, I guess, is a great question, because I know you were working with the Double Trouble guys, and then it evolved into Grady.
Yeah, well, we, Big Ben and I moved down there several years ago, and really just, on a whim and a prayer, just like guitars, suitcases, flew down and said, hey, let's start a band. No guts, no glory.
High school style, almost.
Almost. It was like, not like we didn't have anything to lose. But, no, we just decided to be bold and just have a go at it. Yeah. It's a great environment to create music. I mean, you just feel inspired all the time, and you're surrounded by people that you really admire musically. Since I've been there, I've had a chance to work with Willie Nelson and Billy Gibbons and Taj Mahal, and so I keep real busy in the studio down there. It's just great musicians and stuff like that. Just people walking around the streets.
Yeah,
it puts you really. You raise you raise your game on that level just because of who's walking around. I mean, your Lone Star Beer might be the greatest country singer you ever heard. You just don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Down there, so you.
Yeah, that whole Austin, Texas. Even like it's a community kind of like Nashville. It has that expectation, that musical hybrid or thoroughbred kind of history that.
Yeah, except that Nashville is a real music industry place, and Austin really isn't. I mean, they keep trying to make a music industry there, but it never really catches on because really people just want to hang out and play music. They don't want to, get real hardcore about chasing down the business.
More of a punk rock style approach to music.
Which is really inspiring to us, which is kind of why we sound the way we do, too, where we just decided to go. I mean, we're not strictly dependent on, well, will they play this on the radio? Yeah. Nobody cares down there. It's like, is it good? That's all they care about, you know.
Well, that's cool. Actually, that kind of brings me to a point I wanted to bring up. At the end of Big Sugar there, on that last Hit and Run album, there was 2 songs that were distinctly didn't sound like any previous Big Sugar. Not that Big Sugar, I mean, they went through so many different changes. But I Want You Now was on the same, like, was 1 track away from the 3-minute song on there. And I was thinking to myself, you know, whatever's happening after this is going to be one of these 2 things. And not to play down I Want You Now too much, but I'm really glad it kind of went the way it did.
I just had too much adrenaline still. You know, I wasn't ready to really chill out and settle down and start, you know, mellowing out.
Yeah.
People said, you know, you get to be your age, you're going to have to mellow out. I thought they said metal out. I just had to metal out.
I like it.
That's what I'm supposed to do. Oh, well.
All right, cool. Production, though, like people out here on the end of the road in the West Coast, a lot of them don't really have an idea what you've been up to since the Big Sugar thing disappeared. And I know production's always been a large part of what you did. Molly Johnson and Government Mule, The Trues, Widemouth Mason. What about like post Big Sugar? I know you just did the Respectables new album.
I did the Respectables. I've done a bunch of work with Joel Plaskett over the last couple of records that he's done. I've continued to write songs for the Trues.
Oh yeah.
And with it, so you know, I've had a hand in a lot of their hit songs that they've had over the years. Government Mule, obviously. I'm on my 3rd record with them. That's just coming out.
That's great.
Did the new Nashville Pussy record. And we've been making Grady records. So, I've been really busy, man.
Yeah, working too hard, maybe a little bit.
No, I'll let you know.
Okay.
It runs in the family. You know, I love what I do, so it never feels like it didn't feel like work.
Yeah, your old man said to me once that you've never had a real job. All right.
I'd like him to just shadow me for a day and see what I do. You know? But it's true, I have never had a real job.
Actually, while we're talking about your production, Ross Nielsen and the Suffering Bastards. He said he was talking to you maybe about production sometime down the road. He's actually here at the end of October, and he told me to say hi. And I told him I'd be talking to him.
I'm glad those guys are on the road. They're real good, too.
Yeah, working hard. All right, I guess that's pretty close to really what I've got as far as questions about what's going on. What can we expect from the show? Let's hear a quick sales pitch on how sweaty and nasty and loud you're going to be.
Oh, yeah, well, I was talking to somebody in Tofino here recently. I was saying I hope the venue has a retractable roof. We're going to...
Yeah.
If there's any honeymooners or tourists, they might want to
hear it for blocks around.
Yeah, they might want to run in the opposite direction, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cranked up Herzog will disturb the Clackwood sound here quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, Gord, I definitely look forward to seeing you on Saturday. I'll plug the time and date and tickets and all that stuff after this is run.
All right, Jeff.
Drive safe, man. It's good to talk to you, and I'll see you on Saturday.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, take it easy, brother.